Now I come in at 5, and I'm going to go with it. I'm going with the second best quarterback in the NFL. I'm going Josh Allen on this one.
Oh my
what
God.
the threat he is with his legs, what the threat he is with his arm. And again, everyone's going to knock what happens to him in the playoffs and how he falls short. It's bigger than him. And the same of when I'm mentioning how great Patrick Mahomes is, but I bring in his surrounding situation with the assistants, with who his head coach is. With Josh Allen and I just don't trust Sean McDermott in that spot. And the defense that he's been given and his playoff blunders, missing that throw to Stephon Diggs, that's Chris Jones making a great play. Before that, it's Patrick Mahomes getting the ball in overtime and making what happens, and before the rules came in, to close out a game. Josh Allen, to me, no doubt about it, he's a top 5 player in the league.
I'm not willing to say that he's a top 5 player in the league. I think that his turnovers just are huge. I think that's the job of the quarterback, right? Is to obviously score points. Can't score points if you keep giving the ball to the defense.
4 interceptions in the playoffs, though. 6 total turnovers in the playoffs in his career, too. 10 games.
Yeah, but it's not just we're not just talking about playoff players. We're talking about best players, right? And when you put yourself in position to be in these playoff games that you necessarily shouldn't be in, because they should have better positioning in a lot of these games that they have, but they lose games in the regular season because he's over here being overzealous, trying to make plays that he shouldn't be trying to make. He has all the tools, right? Huge arm, fast, strong. He's freaking steel-headed. He'll run through a wall for you. All of the great things. Great leader and all that other stuff. But, dude, stop turning the ball over, bro. Like, I hate seeing turnovers from a quarterback, especially a guy with all the tools who can make any play. Don't succumb yourself to trying to make the home run play every single time. Sometimes you got to just throw the ball out of bounds. And he's got to learn that as he continues to grow. I think he's a great player. Top 5, I'm not willing to say it just yet. At 6, though, I got to take another defensive end, and you're going to hate me, but this is finally the first 49er coming off of our list. I got to take Nick Bosa. I think that he has done a fantastic job for this 49ers defense. Obviously, we talked about Fred Warner and how he should be a top 10 player in the league as well. This defense has a lot of great spots, but he just really gets to the quarterback extremely, extremely well. I can't leave him off of this list and put him any lower, so I got to put him at 6.
All right, I like that. I'm following up with the defensive lineman, 7th best in the league. I'm going to go Dexter Lawrence. Now, you would think first interior defensive lineman off the list to be on this one would be Chris Jones, but Dexter Lawrence, fantastic pass rusher up the middle, great disruptor in the run game as well, and you can build the whole defense around him. He's undervalued because he's in the Giants, a team that's struggling, and honestly gets overshadowed by how bad Daniel Jones is. Yeah. But what they're building with that core there, I think Dexter Lawrence is one of the best, if not the best offensive tackle in the game, so that's why I put him here.
Yeah, I like that. All right, I got to go, where are we at, 8 spot? I got to go Chris Jones.
Yeah, it's fine.
I need him here. I think he's done a great job getting to the quarterback as well. A lot of pressures. Yeah, I mean, there has to be another Chief on this team, so I'm taking Chris Jones.
For 9, and we haven't mentioned this position yet, but I'm going to go Tristan Wirfs with the Buccaneers. Moved from right tackle to left tackle. People question it. Still plays at an all-pro level. He's one of the best tackles in the game. And I also think when I'm going top 10 in the league, I'm thinking value, what their age is, how young they are.
Yep.
Same thing, Tristan Wirfs. He's so young, only been in the league for a few years. He's going to be a great left tackle for years to come, so I go Wirfs at that 9 spot.
Yeah, I'm going to take another quarterback because I know that we haven't had the opportunity to show a lot of love to the quarterbacks in the top 10. You took one a little earlier than I thought. I got to go with a guy who's just video game numbers, Lamar Jackson. I don't know how you leave him off of this list based off of the year that he had. Yeah, the playoffs, he stunk it up just a little bit. Well, the team stunk it up, and he stunk it up just a little bit as well.
Continually be bad in the playoffs. That's actually a quarterback with the playoff struggles. You like the regular season. It's fine. You're a Chargers fan. That's all you watch.
All right. My team doesn't need to catch strays. They already caught enough strays. None of them in the top 50 from PFF. So.
None in the top 50? Not even Herbert or Rashawn Slater. All right. So you think I overrate Josh Allen. And that's perfect because ESPN put out an overrated players survey. They surveyed league executives, coaches, and scouts to make a top 10 cornerback list. One of the highest rated NFL personnel evaluators called Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner one of the most overrated players in the league, and that you can call him holding on every play. let's start with this Sauce slander, which I think Sauce is the best cornerback in the league.
Yep.
And if you're going to go with, well, he's overrated, you could call him holding any play. You call that on every offensive tackle on every play. You call that on probably every corner every play.
Yep.
It's all about gamesmanship and what you get away with and what the refs let you do and lets them play. I think Sauce is the best. I don't think he's overrated at all.
No, I don't think he's overrated either. I think there's a reason they don't throw the football over there anytime he's in the game.
Oh, interesting.
He's like Revis Island. You could put him over there by himself, and that whole side of the field is shut down. He has the instincts to make plays away from his route and his coverage. So I just love watching Sauce. I think he's an amazing football player. Saying that he's overrated is just blasphemous. Honestly, it's just hating.
Who would you go with most overrated players in the NFL?
Kyle Pitts.
No.
No.
I'm a Kyle Pitts fan.
You're a huge.
He hasn't done anything but people are coming around like Kyle Pitts sucks because he hasn't done anything.
No, because you know why I say this is because growing up playing fantasy football, I see this from a fantasy football perspective because this is where
that's the one you draft and you wait on. Yeah,
right. This is where people really start to overrate players, and Kyle Pitts comes up every single year.
Yep.
Oh, he's got to be the second tight end off the board. He's always like a first or second round type of guy. And then he goes out there and he gets freaking 4 catches and 32 yards and no touchdowns.
Yep. Goose eggs.
And everyone's like, oh, he sucks. And then, it's the quarterback, blah, blah, blah. No, bro. I watch Kyle Pitts. I watch a lot of him play. I've been to Atlanta Falcons games and I watched him play up close and personal. Games? Well, I had a friend who used to play on the Falcons.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I've been to,
I like that.
I've been to Atlanta Falcons games, and I've seen this guy with my own 2 eyes. He cannot get open in the NFL. Highest draft pick for a tight end in NFL history at 4.
Yep.
And he can't get open?
Yeah, you can't get separation.
No, he's terrible. And he's one of the most athletic tight ends in NFL history.
That's the thing. He's a receiver, basically. I'm excited to see him with Kirk Cousins. Not Marcus Mariota, not Desmond Ridder. I'm excited to see him with an actual quarterback, and we'll revisit this. But I understand it. I was just like intrigued, like a guy from LA living in Boston, and you were like, I went to Atlanta Falcons games. I'm like, you like Atlanta a lot, huh? Well, what's the place with the good wings?
Magic
City.
Magic City, yeah.
I want to try those wings one day.
Yeah, the Lou Will special, man.
Yeah.
Get the Lou Will special.
I looked at paychecks.
Yeah.
And it's fair, but everyone knows he sucks now. Everyone knows he sucks. Deshaun Watson's overrated, though. Because even if there is that small combo out there of like he's coming around, he's finally playing good, that guy, height of his powers, I'm talking on the field, was top 5, top 3 at the position quarterback. Right now, you're paying him $63 million a year AAV. He is terrible. So I put Deshaun there. I put Dak Prescott there, $55 million a year. And again, the same thing of Cowboys are going to pay the tax. Stop. Cowboys are going to pay the tax of either you have a quarterback or you don't. Dak Prescott's way overrated. But again, everyone knows he sucks.
Yeah.
But you go into Dallas and it's weird, the conversation around Dak.
On the field, bro.
I didn't mean it like that. I mean, whenever I talk about Deshaun, because I'm saying when he was in Houston, he was top 5 at being quarterback. He's top 5 worst humans ever to play in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
So let me recover with that.
We are not team Deshaun Watson
over
sucks. Here. I wouldn't say overrated just because he gets paid. Like, he got paid when he was good.
But he got paid over 700 days after playing football for the last time.
This is true.
So he was overrated coming in. And people are like, it's Deshaun. And people are still waiting, and I think that ship is sailed.
Yeah, it was a desperate Cleveland team. As we talked about with Myles Garrett, they need help. You know what I mean? They need help, especially then when they got him. They needed help in a lot of areas. We didn't know who was playing quarterback for them.
Doesn't even matter.
Brissett or something like that. But
it's also that you have a Deshaun Watson come in. He hasn't played football in 700 days, and I understand what his ceiling is. Yeah. But the Haslams being idiots of, all right, but you haven't played football. We don't know when you're going to pay. We're not going to give you this $233 million contract. So the overration is there too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you with the Dak comments. It's just like Deshaun Watson. No one's over here looking like, oh, Deshaun Watson is leading us to the promised land.
I'm looking at checkbooks.
Oh my God.
There's someone that overrated him. You looked at it from a fantasy perspective.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from the ownership perspective.
For sure. yeah. From a fantasy perspective, I'm sure he's overrated because it's like, well, so they got to score points, right? They have great receivers in their roster and
stay
stuff
away
like
from
that,
him.
running backs. So you would think that he would be good from a fantasy perspective, but then whatever, he gets hurt. Who
Another
cares?
one I give, it's quick,
Forget
and it's
him.
not to crap on the guy. I'd like to see his career get reborn, but Baker Mayfield, overrated in my opinion. Dave Canales out of Tampa. I'm interested how Baker plays now without Dave Canales because we saw what happened to Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Baker was great in Tampa. Dave Canales is a head coach for a reason. I think he's going to be overrated going into this season.
Yeah.
People expecting the same, and you're just not going to get that from Baker.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say overrated in the fact that people are going to have high expectations for him this year,
Exactly.
and he's not going to live up to those.
Exactly. As Sauce Gardner overrated though, because think about the top at their position.
Yeah.
Mahomes is the best. Justin Jefferson's the best. Thinking of the best at their position: Trent Williams, Rashawn Slater, Tristan Wirfs, worthy of it. Christian McCaffrey, not overrated. Go on the cornerback side: Pat Surtain, Sauce Gardner. In the safeties: Kyle Hamilton, Antoine Winfield Jr. Not overrated at all. Off-ball linebacker: Fred Warner, worthy of it. Tight end is the one that could be a question. Is it still Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
Is it going to be a Sam Laporta? Like at this point, Travis Kelce could be overrated. But
Yeah, I'm just glad you didn't say Justin Herbert because
I love Herbert.
If you would have said Herbert, we'd have had to fight.
I'm excited. First off, you'd kick my ass. Second off, I'm excited to see Justin Herbert without Brandon Staley running the show.
I'm excited to see if Quentin Johnson can catch a football to save his life.
Don't get excited for that. That's overrated. Quentin Johnson. You won't see that.